Yeah.
Oh god, we need help.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It's okay.
It's okay.
That's
But,
okay. Everyone sees a shame.
correct. But I have a half-eaten board of my snack board. I don't know if this is going to be able to. There you go.
Handle.
Fire.
And I got a non-alcoholic seltzer water because of reason. Yay!
Yay! I had mine delivered from Costco.
Wow, I held my breath there. I was like, why was I holding my breath? Who knows? We don't know, and we don't judge.
I got boba.
Boba? You got boba? Fuck you.
I'll do the intro quick.
Okay. Hi, guys.
Oh, what? I got something from TikTok. Oh, anyways.
Wing.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Anxious Baddies Book Club with your hosts Amber and Emily.
And Emily.
If you're new here, thank you for joining us, and we hope you decide to stick around. And if you are returning, thank you for your support. It means more to us than you know. If you are interested in our other bookish content or shenanigans, follow us on our other platforms we have listed at the end of the episode.
Yes.
All right. With that, today we are going to be reviewing Blood of Hercules.
Hercules.
And as always, mine's backwards, so reference hers. Blood of Hercules.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Take a look.
And also, if you can't tell, we are in our onesies of shame.
Yep.
Because we were supposed to talk yesterday, and we did not.
And we were also supposed to talk the day before, and we did not.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oops.
Stop licking. Jeez, man.
Alright. Aminals.
Animals. Alright, let's get into it.
Yes. But before we get into a review, here is your warning. This episode will contain spoilers because this is a book club. We have read the book and we are ready to talk about it. And also cussing, because that's just what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that might sound sponsored or like paid advertising is not. We are not paid or given anything for free unless stated otherwise. With that being said, enjoy the chaos.
We've got a table by the window, a stack of books so tall. Coffee, spewing pages, turning, we're ready to read them all. From mysteries to magic, history to dreams, every story takes us somewhere. Nothing's out of reach. Late night talks about the plot.
It's okay.
Alrighty.
Anyways, yeah, so we're out of it. We're a little bit out of it today, so
Yeah.
have fun with this.
So, what did you rate it, Emily?
Where'd it go?
1 star?
No! Hold on! I thought I was prepared. I am not!
Nice. I can't do this.
Fuck! Hold on. I made notes. I made notes and the notes aren't here.
Oh.
I must go get the notes.
Okay.
Okay. I have my notes. The notes are secured.
No.
Okay, so I did not rate it a 1. I rated it I think I rated it a 3.5.
For book? For the star rating?
Yeah. The issue, well, before I get into why I rated it what did you rate it?
I rated it a 5.
I kind of figured you would. And it's not necessarily that it's a bad book. It's not. It is a really good book.
Mm-hmm.
The issue that I had with it is that I think the plot was slow.
Okay.
Like, it was fast, but it was slow, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like the first 75% of the book was basically like her going through her hardships.
Mm.
Through the homelessness, and then through the hardship of going through the academy, and so that was my main issue with that. But then, once it started going and the plot started plotting, then I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm rating it a 3.5, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I hated it.
That's true. Because isn't the 3.5 like meh, and between would read again, or
I don't know what I did with my notes on that.
at this point we gotta reconvene on that because I don't remember either.
I have all these notes. Do I know where the notes are? No.
Okay, do you remember the spice factor? Well, I don't really remember what all it is, but what do you rate it spice wise?
The spice, there wasn't a whole lot of spice, but the spice was definitely spicy.
But it was a unique kind of spice because I had never read anything like that before.
I have never read anything that involved a threesome, so
neither have I.
This is new. It was hot. So
Yeah.
like the amount of spice.
Yeah. Well, okay, no, and here's the thing: like real life, nah, but in this fantasy world, yes. Okay. Because realistically, no one is gonna look as good as the guys that are in the fantasy. Okay.
Precisely.
Seriously.
You are accurate.
Very serious.
But as far as the amount of spice, I would say the amount of spice is probably a 1.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot. I would say like the last maybe 25% of the book, 25-30% was edging.
Yeah, you're right. We're like, what's gonna happen? Come on, let's speed it up a bit. Nothing happened.
It was like the tension between her and the guys was incredibly strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of edging, in my opinion.
Yes. I agree.
Yes. And then the spice that was there was probably a 6.
Oh yeah.
It was more than a 5.
Yeah. Because of double trouble.
Yeah. It was redonk. What about you though?
I would agree. Honestly, I don't have a counter argument to that because that basically sounds about right. Yeah, because like the spicy parts were really spicy, but there wasn't a lot. Now the second book, I really think that it's gonna I think it's gonna be a lot for the second one.
I think so too.
Because I have a theory.
I have hopes that the second one is going to be better.
Okay, so before I go into my theory, we should probably talk about irregular questions.
Oh, okay, yeah, good point.
Because I don't want to say too much right away because I have lots to say.
Oh, yeah. No,
about the future of the book.
Correct. But
Yes.
before we go on, I need to retract my statement about it being a 3.5. I rated a 3.75.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
so I lied. I was wrong.
that's okay. It's close enough.
Correct.
But every point matters.
Yeah.
Every little point matters.
Because I rated it higher than I thought I did. So,
There you
because I think I was kind of debating on a 3.5 and a 3.75. I think 3.5 is too low and 4 is too high.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
what it was. But now I corrected myself. Let's get into our questions.
Yeah. Okay. You go first.
Okay. I'm not sure in what order you have these in, because I keep messing mine up.
Okay. You start it, and then we'll get there.
Okay. Would you swap places with any of the characters?
Absolutely. Well, I was gonna say no, but yes.
For like a
And
moment,
for
or
a moment. Uh-huh.
would
Yeah.
it be at the end?
Yeah. Yeah. You sure would. Everything else, no.
Yeah, everything else sounds like a
Everything
pain
else,
in the
absolutely.
ass. I am too much of a wimp to deal
You
with
have to
that.
read the book. You have to read the book because we can't get that explicit, guys.
Probably not.
But anyways, that's what I would do. What about you?
No.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Mm.
Not even for that. Not even for a moment. I
You know
am.
what? Respect.
She can
Absolutely.
have all that kind of fun.
Okay. Can you imagine life after the book?
And for that one, I said there's a second one coming, so I'm gonna wait for the second one to come out.
I said yes, and I put very complicated
Good point.
because it's gonna be very complicated. If my guess is correct, we're in for a ride.
Yeah.
But who knows? Because I'm not a psychic, but I'm guessing. I'm
I
guessing.
think it's a pretty good guess. Cause I feel like the ending it doesn't really spell out what's gonna happen next, but it gives you a pretty good idea of what's going to
Oh
happen
yeah.
next.
Oh yeah. Um, I agree. Okay.
Yes. Is this book movie worthy?
Yes. I think it is. What I got from the book was a little hard to imagine sometimes because they have modern day like
Mm-hmm.
us with the Olympians, and I can't say the house. How do you say the house? Okay, I'm back.
Yes.
So you get modern times like us, and then you get like the Olympians and stuff, and the tonic houses. So you have that whole thing. That is unique to me because I think whenever I've read anything about like the Greek gods, it's always been set in that time period. But this is like, well, no, maybe I read some. Take that back, but still, it's interesting to think about those two colliding worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that in a movie, you'd have to do it right.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
But I think it is movie worthy because it was hilarious. There were so many good, like, hilarious parts to it,
Mm-hmm.
but also taboo parts
Yeah.
that might not be translated well on screen.
Maybe not. Yeah.
But yeah, that I think yes.
I put no, just because of the beginning, but that is kind of on edge for me.
Mhm.
Because if the second one comes out, and if I really like the second book, I think that maybe they can
Yeah,
condense Because I mean, yeah, it was really funny. You're definitely not wrong about that. There are hilarious parts, and stuff that I would like to see in a movie.
Peace, love, and butt stuff. Oh, man.
And the birds.
And birds. Yep.
I kept thinking the birds work for the bourgeoisie.
I mean, and Nyx too, the snake. Hilarious.
So, but yeah, I think that'd be interesting to see how the second book plays out.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe... Oh, you did come out.
What's going on?
I don't know if...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman.
He like popped out of nowhere. Anyways. I guess he's just gonna stand there and be weird.
Did you like the ending?
Because, I mean, I know that it is the second book coming out. And so I understand why it ended the way it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I am not satisfied with the ending, with the bad guys basically getting their way and winning. But I understand that had to happen so that way the second book.
Yes. I agree. No matter how hot I thought the scene was between Alexis, Charon, and Augustus, I still am so mad at them. Okay? I'm so mad at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you guys read the book, you'll know. I mean, basically, they like blackmail her into marrying them. Or blackmail.
Tricking.
Well, not blackmail, but taking advantage.
They basically tricked her. Because she didn't know that accepting certain things from them was basically accepting a marriage proposal.
However, the ending, the bonus chapter in the book. Now, Emily had a different bonus chapter in her book, but she got the bonus chapter that I got when she listened to the book.
Yes.
So, the ending for me, as I read through that, it kind of was, it was a buffer to the ending, previous to that. Kind of, like, I felt like it kind of soothed the annoyance to me. Because her parents, she finds out, are Hades and Persephone. And there was a really, like, the scene was just really kind of funny. It was, like, very familial. And it kind of, like, eased the irritation of the ending of the actual book for me.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I was kind of meh.
Yeah, and mine was through the eyes of her mentors. Oh, Petro and Achilles. Because they're a couple.
Mm-hmm.
In the book. I don't know much about Greek mythology, so I don't know if they're a couple, like...
So there is a book called, what's it? The Song of Achilles. And I'm not sure, like, historically if that's a thing, but in that book, they are lovers.
There, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is, like, my first really... besides, the Hercules Disney movie as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't read that, but I know that they're together in that one.
Okay. I wasn't sure. But the ending of my book was them before them finding out who they were getting as mentee. And I think it kind of paints them in a better light. Because throughout the entire book, they're kind of dicks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're dicks because they want to have their mentee succeed so that way they can kind of move on.
Mm-hmm. Higher up the rank.
Mm-hmm. And when they find out who their mentee is, they're like, shit. And that's kind of when they get crabby. So, I think my ending sheds light on them not actually just being completely cranky people.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And Emily did send that to me, so I got to read it from her book.
Yeah, it was only a couple pages, so it wasn't
Mm-mm.
big or anything.
Mm-mm.
Are any of the characters lovable?
Come on. Alexis.
Oh.
And Nick.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nyx. I think Nyx was my favorite character out of the book.
Nyx was my favorite character. Did you say Nyx was your favorite character?
Mm.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Okay, sorry. You're kind of on the outside of the screen, so I can't.
Oh.
But no, I thought that Nyx was my favorite character too.
Yeah.
But oh god, what was the question? Shit.
Are the characters lovable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, Nyx for sure. I think she won.
Oh yeah. She definitely kept Alexis kind of going and not giving up, because I think without her, between Alexis and Charlie, she would have given up a long time ago.
Yep. So now we got our favorite character out of the way. Least favorite character.
Well, Heron and Augustus, because they're evil.
I put Theros, and he was the one that was trying to kill the other Zeus.
Oh. Yeah, so that way
Uh,
he would be the only one. Yeah.
yeah, but I also have beef with Karen and Augustus. Yeah, big beef. Like, I was so mad at them.
Right.
How dare you be sexy Greek men and then also be assholes?
Right, yeah. And I think they won the slot for me because they had more of a part throughout the entire book because of the scheme and how they got to where they were in their evilness, whereas Theros, is that the one?
Yeah.
Theros, he played he was evil obviously, and that wasn't very of him to do that, but his part was so small compared to Heron and Augustus, yeah, in their part in the entire book. But yeah, he was also a dick.
So, I think that's it for like our regular questions, right? Oh wait, no, we had one that we talked about. What were his parts?
Oh yeah, the funny parts.
So I mean, I will just go. There's a part in here where she's like, because the crucible is where they like study, but also if they do things wrong, they have to run this like obstacle course that basically is like impossible. So they don't eat, they don't sleep, they rarely get water. So at one point, Alexis is talking to herself, but she ends up talking out loud.
Yeah, so it wasn't like in her head.
Yeah, everything in her head. And I have a I have it tagged. And I'll just read it. What are you doing? Augustus asked slowly. I squeezed my eyes shut. Please don't let him see me. Please don't let him see me. Since I'm sitting directly in front of you, obviously I can see you. And in her head she goes, oh my god, he can read my mind. I need to kill us both. And hands clasped together, Alexis, open your fucking eyes. You're speaking out loud. Distract me, class. Look at me now. And then, Gus, like, going further down, she's still speaking out loud, and it goes on. The class was in a state that could only be described as severely catatonic. Distract them for what? Death? Augustus mumbled something about girls dishonoring the crucible, and Alexis goes, preach, girlfriend. I was trying to read that and trying to get it out, like, but you have to read it because it's so funny.
Right.
Like, she's so, like, just disorientated that she just says a bunch of funny stuff.
And she says it in such a Gen Z way, I would think.
Yeah! Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then, is it Augustus's sister, Helen? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it? Okay, Helen. Yeah. So, and she's like 16, so she's even younger, and she's more eccentric.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, girl." and I found that kind of funny too. You know, just 16-year-olds being 16-year-olds.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then there's the part too, like I said, peace, love, and butt stuff, but she's in like high school, regular high school kind of. And there's a guy that's like in high school, they show the Olympians or the the people who kill the Titans like a sports broadcast
Arena.
and
oh yeah, that's right.
so one of the kids who's like a really big fan, I think, I'm not sure which one, but he basically says out loud peace, love, and butt stuff or something like that. But like something like just that itself is so funny that like I just
Right.
there's just random parts of the book that are just so funny.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like it's completely unhinged, but parts of it are a little hilariously unhinged.
Very much so.
Yes.
Well, and like even the bad guys, they're bad, but they're also like they do crazy shit. Like it's like I don't know. It's unhinged. Everyone is essentially.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's a read for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I wrote a couple other things down, and I didn't text these to you because I just did them like right like at work later when I was just having when work was slow. And I wrote a question and I said, do the men in her life really have Alexis's best interest at heart?
I think Petro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I'm talking like the Petro, Achilles, Charon, and Augustus. I'm kind of centering it around them.
Yeah. I don't think. I don't know. See, Augustus kind of makes me feel like he has some sort of protectiveness over her.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it's genuine care
Mm-hmm.
is kind of on the fence, but at the end, Petro and Achilles, I think they express their concern, and I think that they are more interested in her well-being and herself than they were at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they are genuinely more in love with her than Heron and Augustus.
Yes. And that's the thing too. It's like Alexis hasn't even had a chance to like really fall in love with anyone. And here she has Karen and Augustus being like, yeah, we're getting married. Like, fuck off. Like, she's never been with a guy. Like, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Right?
I'm so mad for Alexis because I feel like she's all of her like freedom in choice for relationships is just like tossed out the window.
Well, and when she's only 9. Well, she turns 20 at the end of the book.
Yeah.
But when you're so young like that, you're so naive and.
And not to mention, she's been fighting for her freaking life.
Her entire life.
Oh, so her reality is set in her trauma. So she's, like, Bodhi, stop, please. But yeah, so I agree with you. I think that Achilles and Petro are better for her than Charon and Augustus. However, I got the feeling that Augustus cared more than Charon. Like Augustus, Alexis means more to Augustus, but Karen is more physically attracted to.
Yeah.
But I still feel like they're both equally attracted to her. But
Yeah. I mean, attraction is not the same as
yeah,
feeling.
yeah. And then I'm having a feeling that in the second book you're gonna have Achilles and Petro, but you're also gonna have Karen and Augustus, and they're gonna be wanting her attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I posed another question, and I said, if you had a choice, or if you had to choose a better poly couple, would it be Achilles and Petro or Karen and Augustus?
Passion-wise, I mean, granted, we don't know what Petro and Achilles could amount to passion-wise, but the passion between Augustus and Karen, we know it's hot because we read the end of the book. So Petro and Achilles have a lot to really prove there.
I think maybe emotionally, for Alexis, they would be better. But then again, maybe not, because they wanted Alexis to win to become general. So in reality, all of them were kind of just using Alexis.
But along the way, though, I think genuine feelings were developed by some of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I agree.
Yes.
Oh, and also, what do you think about Charlie? Do you think that he's an Olympian or a... How do you say the house? Shit.
Oh,
Thonic? Do you think he's Olympian or Thonic? Do you think he has any power?
See, I don't know, because I thought about that when during the ceremony, the officiant was the lady who had dropped Charlie off at her foster parents' home.
Mm-hmm.
So I am kind of wondering, why was she involved in that?
Yeah.
So I was kind of wondering the same thing. But, I mean, if anything, I don't think he would be Thonic, because he didn't have the power.
Yeah.
Alexis was the one that killed her mom, and she didn't realize it. So,
Yeah.
I would think he's the other one.
I think, and I don't know if I'm right, but I think Charlie is Olympian, and he's the son of Zeus. The reason I think he's the son of Zeus is because Theros is trying to kill all of them. And so maybe she realized that and brought her over to Alexis, but she knew she was Thonic and could protect him.
That's true.
So that's kind of that's where he could be human, but she said his eyes were gold, and I'm like, that sounds a little
Sounds like you're dropping some hints there, ma'am.
Don't worry, it's empty. Much.
I see what you're getting at, though.
Yeah. I got my wheels turning.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, those are my little extra bits that I added.
I mean, I took some notes. I mean, One of the notes was chapter 18 just being a fucking giant orgy.
Was that the one with the sirens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone pulling their pants down and just having sex with these
Literally.
sentences.
And then Alexis is just playing cards with the sirens.
Yes. And then she's like best friends with them.
Yeah.
But that made me really sad though. I mean, not that part in general, but another thing I wrote down was that throughout the entire book, it kind of makes you feel sadder and sadder and sadder for her. Because she's had a rough start at life. Her adoptive parents were complete dicks. She was starved, homeless, and clinging on to life with like barely a thread. But then she has these powers that she doesn't realize that she has, and these people are dropping like flies around her. I mean, there's only like 5 or so people that have died because of that. But stay over there. I don't want you over here. No. But when she realizes that she's the one, or she is the reason why they died, she sees herself as a monster, which isn't necessarily the case. That like you didn't know that you were Thonic and you had these powers.
Yeah.
So that's not fair on you to think that you're a monster because you killed these people but you didn't know it. And to be fair, I think Heron was the one that killed the boy in the water, in the River Styx.
Yeah.
I don't think it was her. She may have started it, but I think he finished it. If I remember reading that correctly.
Yep, I agree.
So that really just made me sad.
Yeah.
So,
I felt bad for her. I was like, what choices has she ever had in her life?
But to fight.
But to fight.
For her and Charlie.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, at least Charlie was able to keep going without her.
Glad they brought Charlie back with them.
Yes, I'm glad that Charlie's back too. And that kind of poses another thing too. Is Charlie back with them because, he is her brother, or is Charlie back with them because
there's something there?
Yeah.
Yep, I thought that too.
That too. I got really sad though when their Fluffy didn't make it.
I know.
Oh my god.
Creepy Fluffy!
I know.
I'm so glad she's got Fluffy Jr., but I have a theory about Fluffy Jr.
That he's not actually a dog.
He's a Pegasus.
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's a horse with wings.
I want to say, that's another thing that I kind of do know from the stories, is that Pegasus.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I can see that when it first started out, all lumpy and awkwardly shaped, it may have looked like a scrawny, misshapen dog.
I love it. I love that the dog Fluffy Jr. is literally like choking himself on sticks.
I know.
If Fluffy Jr. is not a metaphor for Alexis' life, I don't know what is.
You're not wrong. God damn.
It's parts like that where I was just like, this is so funny.
Oh, you dumb dog.
And then the fact that, okay, so I put this together. Nyx literally was fast asleep when the craziest parts of her life were happening. Did you notice that? Like, how, she was asleep. Like, Nyx was like, whatever, man, I'm just...
Right?
I was like, what? You think she'd be awake, but no,
like, I can't really do anything, so I guess I might as well just sleep.
So funny.
Right? Oh my god.
But yeah.
It was a doozy.
I read this really fast. So,
I did too.
Yeah, I was like, Emily, I can't stop reading this.
If I didn't have the audiobook, I don't think I would have DNF'd it. I think it would have taken me longer to get through it.
No, I completely understand.
And it was
The
like
wind
so slow
hit
at the
great
beginning.
my sails because I breezed through this. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but I did it.
Yeah. But I realize that sometimes too, getting into a new book can be a bit challenging because you kind of have to like imagine the world and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, this world is not exactly cut and dry. It's complicated.
Hmm.
I had to go back and read a few things because I was like, okay, what happened?
Right? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I can't wait for the second one to come out. We
Yeah.
will read it. I think it comes out in November.
Yep. November.
Whoop.
I'm
So that will
excited.
be our November read.
Yes, yes, yes.
Spoiler.
Um,
But, speaking
that.
of which, that kind of brings us to our next book, what we are reading for the month of June. Strawberry
The
Pancake
fourth,
House.
yes, the fourth book in the,
Dream Harbor.
yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. Gonna get into that. And I think there's 5 books in this series. So,
The last one is like the gingerbread something or other.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one's supposed to be coming out sometime.
Yeah. Not sure when that's coming out.
Yeah. No, but that will be a book that we'll read down the line whenever we get there.
So if you guys don't remember, we read Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and then the Christmas.
Yes. And then this is the 4th one.
Yes. So if y'all want to join in on the fun, pick this up, and then we will have our book chat sometime in June.
Yeah, look how pretty it is.
It is so cute. It's like very shiny.
Yeah, I don't think the other ones did that. I don't remember though.
I think the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore did, but not Pumpkin Cafe.
Say I have them like right here, but I'm not gonna reach around and grab it.
Reach around.
Well, my bookshelf is right behind my couch.
So we've got what we're reading next month. What is your current read, Emily?
My current read, right here, is the 4th book of the Bride Quartet by Nora Roberts. It's kind of like a throwback to like the early 2000s. So if I, lived in New York and was independent.
Like team going on 30.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's a nice read for me.
Mine is The Housemaid. I think this one is a fairly popular one. Fairly around the book talk area. I think I read Never Lie. I think I talked about Never Lie with our last video. So this is another Frida McFadden. So, and this is a series. So I actually borrowed it from my friend. So, not sure how fast I'll be, but this is one I'm reading right now.
I like it.
Woot woot.
How are you liking it?
It's funny because I haven't started it yet.
Oh.
But I will be reading it.
I will, eventually.
But it's technically a current read because I just put my bookmark in it. Okay?
Fair enough. I see.
We're getting there.
Yes.
I did just finish Annihilation.
Oh yeah.
That one's a smaller book. I gave it 4 stars. And there's a movie on Netflix about it. It's not exactly like the book, but that one's also a series I might read eventually, like finish reading, but
okay.
Yay!
All right.
Thanks
So,
for and guys.
yes. So that was our review of Blood of Hercules.
Bringing it.
Yeah. Um, but if you have any suggestions on what we should add to our TBR or anything else, leave a comment, DM us, or email us at anxiousbaddies.bookclub@gmail.com.
Yeah! Thanks, everyone.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Love you.
Be good.
Yee. If you've stayed this far into the episode, we want to thank you for watching and hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Now, before we end the episode, we want to toss out some helpful info in case you are in a book desert, in need of some accessible reading resources, or are looking for different places to buy books. None of this is sponsored. Our first suggestion is thriftbooks.com. Amber and I have been using ThriftBooks for several months at this point. The app is easy to navigate and the customer service is good. You can buy used or new books, sell some books you no longer want. They also sell CDs, vinyl, DVDs, and even some video games. There is a tiered rewards program that has a lot of benefits, which includes a free used book under a specified dollar amount, depending on your tier, after you spend a certain dollar amount on their site. This could be very useful, especially if you are already buying a bunch of books. They have all different genres from kid to adult, so if you want a kiddo in your life to get into reading, definitely check out ThriftBooks. Up next is your public library. I believe most public libraries are free. My local library did charge me $1 per year fee, so I paid for 5 years. I would think that if a public library charges a fee, it would be a small amount. But the best thing that you can do for the most accurate information would be to call, visit, or go to your library's website. But besides books, public libraries usually have other great benefits. Mine has Wi-Fi, a photocopier, computers, scanners, books, book clubs, and story times, and more. An added benefit to owning a library card is being able to use Libby. Libby is an app where you can rent ebooks, audiobooks, and more. I've used Libby to borrow audiobooks to listen while I read the physical book. That helped me stay focused and read the books much faster than I normally would just by reading it. I have also used it to borrow ebooks. This has also helped me for when my carpal tunnel and my arthritis acts up, and it's too difficult for me to hold a book and turn pages. I've also invested in this cheap page turner. This helps when I'm not able to turn the pages. But it connects to my iPad through Bluetooth, and it allows me to, again, turn pages without having to use my hands. It's also perfect for those days I just want to be cozy, lazy, and read. But of course, we want to make sure we're supporting authors, especially indie, new, and upcoming authors. We try to stay away from big stores like Amazon, but sometimes that's only where new and other authors are able to sell their books. So we absolutely encourage Amazon Kindle and Audible for that aspect. Also check out TikTok. I found so many authors advertising and selling their books on Book Talk. I think I've found TikTok more useful than Amazon half the time. Anyways. But last but not least, check out your local independent bookstores if you're able to. Absolutely no shame. If you're unable to support due to financial accessibility or other reasons, but even if you can spread the word, that can be more helpful than anything. If we missed a resource or a helpful suggestion, please let us know and be vocal in our comments. If there is any way to make reading or book buying more accessible, we want to help spread that word. There are definitely no wrong or weird suggestions. What works for you may work for us, or it may work for somebody else.
But that is everything that we had today, and it is time for us to go. But take care of yourself, keep reading, and until next time.
Oh, we're book club besties, lost in every tale, living 1,000 lives in a paperback sale. From the first word to the last page, we always want more, flipping through